we talked about this game before. This is a great little spin on poker with a roguelike twist to it, and I was singing the praises a few videos ago about it. But apparently they're running into some issues. Balatro has been bumped from some console storefronts due to an unexpected ratings change. This is coming by way of TheVerge.com. Like I said, this is a poker game with some twists where you can get some super jokers, some card modifiers, and your goal is to basically beat a score with each run. You're trying to get the best hand possible with these modifiers that can multiply your points, and it's a pretty good gameplay loop. The game publisher's PlayStack addressed the removals, attributing it to Balatro's rating suddenly changing from a game for players 3 and up to a game for players 18 and up. PlayStack wrote that the change happened due to a mistaken belief that the game contains prominent gambling imagery and material that instructs about gambling. And PlayStack also went on that the developer is staunchly anti-gaming. This is a tweet here, and they got a long message here about that entire topic. Now, looking at this game, just on the surface, you see poker, you think gambling. I think that's what the ratings board was looking at. And it's kind of a controversial thing. It's not cut and dry because the idea of playing poker usually is, the imagery of poker is usually tied to gambling. Even though this particular game doesn't have any of those gambling mechanics, this one might not be cut and dry as it seems, because just the idea of playing Texas Hold'em or playing, or just playing, I forgot the other types of poker you can do. It usually involves gambling. I remember when I first played poker on, I think it was like Yahoo Gaming, I thought it was going to involve some kind of real money because that's how I saw poker at the time. This was a long time ago. This is way back in the 90s. And I said Yahoo Gaming. Yes, I did. I'm dating myself. Don't look at me like that. And I thought it was going to involve some kind of real money. Then when I played it and it didn't have any real money, I was like, oh, okay, I can play this. So this is going to be one that they're going to have to look at closely because it is a game that is almost always associated with gambling. So I think these guys have an uphill battle. So in the email to The Verge from the PlayStack PR manager, most Nintendo Switch stores across Europe are temporarily affected, as well as Australia and New Zealand. This is something that we've seen before. The logical first step is to get the game back with the current 18+ rating and take it from there, he wrote. This could mean a patch with updated ratings or an additional look through certification. And I also have a note here that Diablo Immortal did not launch in Belgium or the Netherlands due to the country's classification of loot boxes as a form of gambling. Now, this game has none of that. It has no mechanics at all that I can see that are associated with quote-unquote gambling. It does have tarot cards, which is not gambling, but it's something else. But it does not have any kind of loot box or opening or randomization, stuff like that, other than the way you obtain stuff throughout each run, which is purely game-based and not gambling per se. I guess if you want to, you could take a blip view and look at it. Let's say roguelikes are gambling because they're randomized stuff. It's a form of gambling, but I don't think it's anything that people should be too concerned about if they can handle it. I know some people get addicted to that kind of stuff, and they're not susceptible to to withstand the allure of just gambling hooks. But just the idea of randomization and randomized outcomes can trigger some stuff in some people. So this is a very serious topic. I mean, it's not something you just dismiss outrightly and just say, oh, these people are crazy, they should have done that. There's a lot to consider. Despite the hiccup with Balatro, PlayStack wrote in a statement that it doesn't foresee PC storefronts being affected, and the game is still currently available on Steam. So while I personally believe that on the surface, on paper, it doesn't seem like Balatro is a gambling game, but I can definitely see the perspective of some people, even some organizations, which see it as a gateway, and they even use the word imagery of gambling, because just the imagery of playing cards to some people is gambling. And that's what they have here. It says, due to mistaken belief that the game contains, this is the quote, contains prominent gambling imagery and material that instructs about gambling. Learning how to play poker can be looked at as learning how to gamble. Again, it's kind of a stretch, it's kind of reaching, But you got to consider the sensitivity of this. Check it out. Over on TheVerge.com. They got details. What do you guys think? You think I'm off? You think I'm completely wrong about this? You probably do, don't you? You do. Let me know in the comments. Balatro bumped from some console storefronts due to ratings change. Is it going to stay that way, or are they going to reverse it?